week and a half ago. Finally readjusted over the jet lag. I thought I'd do a little pickup video telling you about what I got when I was over there. Got a lot of stuff. This is only the game stuff. I also got a bunch of books and figures, but we're going to focus on everything video game related or retro game related that I picked up there. And also go in a little bit about like how to get better deals over there or where to go to find cheaper things. You don't need to go to just the big stores in Akihabara like Super Potato. You got a lot of options, more than people realize. Japan's a big country. It's not a big country, but it's a bigger country than people give it credit for. You don't have to just go to Tokyo or Kyoto. You have a lot of options in terms of where to go to find things. So let's get started. So I was really excited to pick up a white Saturn when I was there. I've wanted a white Saturn for a long time. Finally got one this time, and this one's in really great condition. I was going to get a box one and decided not to, just for luggage reasons. You'll see, we'll get to them. I got a lot of boxes going on here. Really great condition. It's not quite white. It's more of an off-white or a light gray. It's probably hard to tell in the video, but it's not really the white color that people expect. It came with controllers and cables as well. I've got an RGB SCART cable though for this guy, already set to go for my US Saturn. So already played some Japanese games with my 4 megabit expansion RAM right there. So there's that guy. And then something that I found right before I was about to leave that I was super psyched about is the Virtual On Twin Sticks. Now these things on eBay regularly, you can find them for about 75 to 100 bucks, and most oftenly you see them for about 120, 150. I got this for less than US $10. This is 950 yen, which is, after conversion rates, it's about $8.70, $8.80. So super score, super thrilled to get this, really excited about it. Now you can play Virtual On the way it was meant to be played, other than buying the arcade game. And then this is the other big item I really wanted when I was there. This is the MSX2 A1 MK2. So the MSX, if anybody doesn't know, was a computer platform in Japan, developed by ASCII, Microsoft, standard that didn't really catch on in the US. I think they only sold a few at Radio Shack for maybe 90 days. Didn't go anywhere, so they canceled the rollout in the US. But it's a really interesting computer in that it's a parallel system to the Famicom. It came out just a few weeks before, a few weeks after the Famicom did. So it has a lot of similar titles to the Famicom, but unique takes on those same titles. So as you can see, I've got a few games here I picked up. We got Gradius 2 here. This is not Gradius 2 like the Famicom and arcade version. This is a Gradius 2 exclusively made for the MSX system. Really amazing Konami soundtrack. They actually developed a chip specifically for their games that uses this, and unique to the MSX. Other than the PSP port they did a few years back, this is the only way to play this game. Very cool game. And then right here we got this is Maze of Gallius. This is also an MSX. It came out on the Famicom, but it's a completely different game. They completely remade it from the ground up. The MSX one is the one that people remember though. Really great game. If anybody's played La Mulana, it takes a lot from Maze of Gallius. Definitely worth checking out. And then this is one I was super excited to find. I've wanted for a long time. It's Usas, or Treasure of Usas. This is an action-adventure game developed by Konami. There's 2 characters exploring ruins and getting treasure, and the power-up system and power system of the game involves their emotions, kind of like that Super Princess Peach game on the DS. Definitely, this is exclusive to the MSX2. Didn't come out on anything else. Only way to get it's on the MSX2. And it's a Konami game, and it's an awesome game. And I've wanted this for a long time. I'm super psyched to get into it and play it. And then I got Rafts Saga here, part of the classic Taito arcade game. Very similar to the Master System version. If you play the Master System version, this is very similar. It's an MSX2 title, but it doesn't scroll. It feels like an MSX1 game that was quickly ported as an MSX2 game. And the only thing they seem to have done is make Rafts' color palette a little more vivid, added a few more colors to him. So he looks good. All the enemies in the game tend to be 1 or 2 colors, but it's actually a pretty good port despite it not scrolling. It plays really well. Rafts controls really well, and yeah, that's the one that I wanted to get. So it's kind of between this and the Castlevania on the MSX, and the Castlevania on the MSX tends to be pretty expensive. This one I got for a little bit cheaper, and I can't say no to that box art. That's so awesome. Those clamshells are ridiculous. So there's that. Let's see here. I got all of these Super Famicom games at Book Off. So Book Off is a chain that's a lot like Half Price Books. If anybody knows Half Price Books, sells games, music, books, movies. But if you go to the more rural parts of Japan, you're not in Tokyo, they sell a lot of retro games. And I got all of these for about 950 yen to 1500 yen, which is about $15 equivalent, complete in box. You can't beat that. You can't get titles like Mario World and Yoshi's Island and Donkey Kong Country and Link to the Past for like $15 in the US. And I wouldn't have gotten them, but I'm playing my Super Famicom more and more, and I have my Super Nintendo plugged in less. And if I want to play the classics, sometimes it's kind of just a pain to pull that out and find, go through boxes to find the games. So I wanted to have these games available for the Super Famicom in box. How could I say no? Awesome. And then down here, this is a game I picked up at a really cool video game culture fashion store called Meteor. You get a chance to go to Meteor. It's by Nakano Broadway. It's a few blocks away from the train station. It's a really awesome fashion culture store around video game culture. And they were selling a copy of Kirikiri Star Night. This is the second game in a series, or second game in a kind of art cartridge series for the Famicom. This actually is a Famicom cartridge that plays on the Famicom. The third one just came out. I was there and they were still selling the second one. The artwork's great, and it has a lot of amazing video game composers or chiptune artists that contributed to this. Tappy of Metal Gear Solid fame worked on this. Yuzo Koshiro worked on this. So they got some 8-bit Famicom Yuzo Koshiro music in this game, which is really awesome. It's just kind of a mini game. You're like a girl hopping around, you collect stars, and you have to get the star goal in order to get to the next level. But it's worth it just for the art, which is amazing for a Famicom game, and the music that was done by a who's who of chiptune artists and video game composers over there. So definitely cool. Found Doki Doki Panic, which is like the last Famicom Disk System game I really wanted to get. Found it complete in box at Book Off for like $15, which on eBay and most game sites now, this goes for easily like 40 to 50 complete if you're lucky. So I was super thrilled to find this for as cheap as it was. And yeah, it's such an interesting part of Nintendo history, the whole Super Mario Bros. 2, Doki Doki Panic, and changing the game. So now I own every version of this game. Now I own Mario 2 for the NES, Mario 2 for the Famicom, Doki Doki Panic for the Famicom Disk System, and Mario USA. So you can do a whole video on the history of that game. There we go. Let's see here. Oh, this is the Japanese version of Panic Restaurant. So if anybody knows, Panic Restaurant is a super expensive NES game developed late in the system's lifespan. And this was Taito that did this game. And I believe creator of Kenji Eno worked on this game. Kenji Eno was creator of D and Enemy Zero and D2. So if you know him, he's a really auteur, very eccentric games that he developed. But he worked on this one early in his career. And very similar to the US one, except the main sprite for the main character, the little chef guy, he's actually like a younger character in this. He isn't an old like Swedish chef looking guy or like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy. So he's younger. He looks like he's probably like supposed to be like a kid or in his teens instead of like a guy with a big white mustache. And this is Soulbrain. Soulbrain is the Japanese version of Shatterhand. It's exactly the same game, except the character sprite is different. This is based on a Japanese superhero TV show. So the character is like a cyborg cop character instead of the guy from Shatterhand who looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they changed one or two levels around, changed the graphics a little bit, but otherwise it's the same game. But, it's a really awesome game. If you play Shatterhand, it's really, really cool. It's kind of an undervalued gem on the system, so had to get that as well. And then these are the MSX games I got right here that were not in box. So these two are a series of ninja, I think it's Inga Ninpocho. They're a series of ninja action games for the MSX1. They're fun, they're very simple, but they're cute and they're playable, and I can't say no to ninja action games. I love ninja action games, so I got those guys. And then this is my big one for the MSX2 is Space Mambo. Now, if you don't know what Space Mambo is, it's a MSX2 exclusive shoot 'em up by Konami. Really incredible game. It didn't come out on anything else. No arcade release, No Famicom release, no NES release, nothing. The only way you can play it is as an MX2 cartridge. I believe it also got released on one collection on the PSP, maybe. I think it did. But definitely worth checking this game out. Look up some footage of it if you can. Yeah, it's really an incredible game. Most MSX games, MSX2 games, don't have scrolling. It's really choppy. It wasn't developed to have scrolling in mind. This game actually has scrolling. Beautiful game, amazing soundtrack as well. And then I got a couple of figures here. So I got a Figure Arts Mario. I've wanted to get him for a long time. Finally found him for a good price, about $16 US. So picked him up at Yodobashi Camera, which is an amazing department store in Japan, in Tokyo. It's Yodobashi Akiba. It looks like what department stores used to look like when you think of like Sears or Macy's in their prime, with like everything you could ever want. Yodobashi Camera is just like that. So I got him. He was marked at 1,900 yen, and I got him for 1,600 yen. So good deal. And then I got Zero Suit Samus here. So I already had regular Samus from Other M, and I finally found a Zero Suit Samus. Super thrilled to get her. Wanted her for a while, and I had her in Japan. Can't find her here, so really excited about that. So now I have both regular Samus and Zero Suit Samus. And then at Book Off in Nagoya, I found actually Super Mario Brothers in box, complete. Shocked, 950 yen. So not even $10 for this game. Everywhere else I saw, even in Japan, a copy of Super Mario Brothers in box usually goes for like $50, $60, just based on name, brand alone, and recognition. So super excited to find the OG original game in box complete for 950 yen. Can't beat that. That was Book Off, by the way. So Book Off, I recommend going to Book Off if you want to get some really excellent deals. Book Off, and then their hardware equivalent is called Hard Off. I know, funny name. But Hard Off is mostly in the suburbs. They're not really in the cities proper. So you have to go to the suburbs a little bit to find Hard Offs, but you can find some amazing deals in Hard Offs if you're willing to get out there and explore the suburbs. And then over here, we've got a couple other games I picked up. This one was also Book Off. I got Goemon for the Game Boy Advance and the Famicom collection, Famicom Mini line for the Game Boy Advance. This is only 500 yen. Couldn't beat it. I love Goemon. I think it's a really fun series. It's super cool. This one's not my favorite one though. It's a little bit puzzly, a little bit obtuse adventure game. But it was like in box for 500 yen. I couldn't beat that. And I do love the design of the Famicom mini boxes. They're a really cool series. And then this is the Kunio-kun hockey game. If you guys have ever played this game or seen this game, you know how fun this is. This is a super fun multiplayer hockey game. It's really arcadey, it's really fast-paced, it's really fun to pick up and play. Like it's compared to anything, it's almost like the NBA Jam of hockey games. Definitely worth checking out. This was cheap. This was only like 800 yen, so just about $7.50, $7.20, something in that range. Definitely worth checking this game out if you get a chance to. It didn't come out in the US. There's a bunch of bootlegs and pirated copies of it floating around as different names, but officially it's a Kunio-kun game, and the same series as River City Ransom, and it's their hockey game. Definitely worth checking that one out. And then I got a lot of these boxed Namco games. They're in clamshell cases, so both Namco and Taito released a lot of their later Famicom games in clamshell cases. They're really beautiful, they're really fun to collect. So I picked up about 4 of them. All of them are really cheap. Most of these go for under $10 equivalent or $15 equivalent. And there's a lot of good games. Some games are rarer than others, and others go up in price more. All of these were less than $15 each, about $10 each. This one was only like 200 yen. Super Xevious there, gold box. And then this is an adventure game that didn't come out here in the US called Debius. Really excited to get in this. Might be a little hard just in Japanese, so might have to brush up on my katakana and hiragana a little bit. But Debius is kind of very similar to Zelda 2 or Faxanadu, so if you like those games, check out Debius. And I'm pretty sure there's a ROM translation online for this too. And then these are the Dragon Buster games. Dragon Buster's a really awesome series by Namco. This one was an arcade release, and then they ported it to the Famicom. Really fun. So the map is top down, and you pick where you want to go. And then the dungeons are all side scrollers like Zelda 2. A lot of power-ups, a lot of getting lost, but it's a fun series. Dragon Buster 2 is really awesome. This was a Famicom exclusive top-down adventure game. Similar map layout to Dragon Buster 1, but then all the dungeons are top-down. You wander around in them, you find power-ups and items, and then you fight a boss, usually a monster. The end of the areas tend to be dragons. Really fun game, definitely worth checking out. I got my friend to play this and he wanted it immediately. Really cool game. And then down here, I got a lot of soundtracks. I don't know if they're all on camera, but really was big on getting a lot of soundtracks while I was there, so I picked up quite a few. And these are, once again, almost all Book Off. Book Off is the place to go for soundtracks. They have a section for music specifically. They have a section for anime and game soundtracks. So if you're looking for anime and game soundtracks, you have to go there. So I got the Zelda, is this the 30th? Yeah, 30th anniversary collection. I was really excited about that because, you know, you can't beat Zelda music. I was a little disappointed because it's only select tracks from certain games. They don't have comprehensive tracks, so kind of disappointed about that. I was listening to the Link to the Past section, and there's only like 4 or 5 tracks from Link to the Past, and then it goes on to Ocarina of Time or Link's Awakening, but, you know, it's Zelda music on CD. And then I got Perfect Selection Gradius. So Gradius, of course, is a Konami series. Amazing music. This is all remixed music and rearranged music by Konami Croquet Club. And if you like Gradius music and you like fusion jazz, a little bit of a rock element in there, definitely worth checking out. Love this soundtrack, and I love Burning Force on the soundtrack from Gradius 2. The version of Burning Force from Gradius 2 on this is amazing. And then this is super cool. This is Game Music Festival 92. So Game Music Festival 92, they did game concerts by composers and sound teams for different companies back in the 90s and late 80s, early 90s. So every company that was making arcade games had their own sound division that was a band as well. So there's Gamadelic for Data East, there's Zuntata for Taito, there's Alf Lyra for Capcom, and then there's SST Band for Sega. And they all were in this concert, and these are all live recordings of them playing music. They did a few of these. This is 92. They did one in 90 before this as well. Unfortunately, there's no CD for that. There's only a Laserdisc and a video of a live album recorded live, but they didn't put it on CD for whatever reason. But this is the 92 version, and if you like live rock band music from games, especially like fusion jazz, fusion rock, a lot of elements. If you like, you know, the Sega sound. If you like the Sega sound, check this out. And then I got a few Nintendo soundtracks as well. This is from really cool. I believe these are from the 20th anniversary for the Famicom release. They did these really cool minimalistic designs for their releases. All the 20th anniversary Famicom releases by Nintendo usually look like this. So this is just a collection of Mario music for the Famicom and NES. And this is just a general Famicom Nintendo collection of music. Pretty much everything Nintendo published on the Famicom has all the tracks on this because they're short enough. It's 2 discs, worth checking out. This was only, I think it's only like 1,000 yen. This is really cheap. This one was too. If you go to Book Offs and you look for these, you'll find them, and I recommend them. And I love the designs on them. They're really cool looking. And they're really good collections, especially this one. If you want just a bunch of awesome Famicom music, check this out. And then this one cost me quite a bit, but I was super excited to find it. It's the Super Mario World soundtrack, but it's not just Super Mario World. So Koichi Sugiyama, who composed the Dragon Quest score, produced this album. The first CD is a fusion jazz album based on Super Mario World. So it's all Super Mario World music, but with fusion jazz. So it's like electric guitar and electric keyboard, very smooth, very loungy, but I love it. And it cost a little bit. It was about 8,000 yen, so it's almost equivalent to $80, about $76. But this is now pretty hard to find. If you go on eBay, it's really hard to find this for a good price. It's going to cost you over $150 to $200. So I'm super psyched to find this. And if you get a chance to listen to the first CD especially, you got to listen to the arranged tracks. They're amazing. The second one is just music from the game, but that's fine. It's Mario, you know, Mario World. And then we also got Darius 2. So it's the Zuntata album, and Zuntata was Taito's sound team. So it's got Darius 2 arranged, and it's got Night Striker arranged music on this. Zuntata was a really awesome in-house band for Taito. You get a chance to hear their Ninja Warriors music from the live show they did in 1990. Check that out. And yeah, I'm all about the arranged tracks. The arranged albums are really, really cool. They have the original ones on here too on the second disc, but the arranged albums are the best. And then I got a few more here. Let's see here. So then I also got SST Band's Mega Selection. These are all SST Band doing music from Sega arcade games. And they're all the classics you'd want: Afterburner, Power Drift, Galaxy 4 or Space Harrier. The Space Harrier theme in this is incredible. If you get a chance to listen to that, I look up Space Harrier theme SST band and listen to this, because it's going to blow your mind. It makes me almost cry. It's so good. It just reminds me of how good Sega used to be, and the heydays of the 80s and early 90s. It sounds like that in that song. And then I love Snatcher so much. I found this Snatcher and SD Snatcher, perfect selection. Another Konami soundtrack. I can't say no to anything Snatcher. I'm gonna look for more Snatcher soundtracks. This is the first one I picked up, though. I want to get the other two. There's like 3 or 4 Snatcher albums, and I'm gonna keep my eye out for more of them. And yeah, if you don't know Snatcher's music, or you haven't played Snatcher, do yourself a favor and play Snatcher. Listen to the music from Snatcher after you've played it. You're gonna love it. And then I was super psyched to find this. It's all the music from the NES Castlevanias on one CD, and this includes original Castlevania, Castlevania 2, and the expanded chip audio VRC6 chip for Akamashi Densetsu or Castlevania 3. Super excited about that because it's Castlevania music, and especially the VRC6 version of Castlevania 3. It's worth listening to on its own, it's that good. And then right here, this is a guide for Super Mario World. Official guide, but it was edited by Itoi, or Shigeru Itoi, who is the creator of Earthbound, her mother. And he edited this, and with Nintendo's cooperation, the sketch on the front is by Shigeru Miyamoto of Mario. And there's a lot of weird little comics written by Itoi sprinkled throughout, and a lot of weird little things written by his team. Definitely worth checking out if you get a chance to. Really cool official guide. It's very unique from the US guide that we got, but it's still official, and it's worth looking at if you get a chance to. And then to top it off, I've got a few Saturn games here that I picked up. So these really go with White Saturn. Sonic R, which is only 500 yen. You know, it's not the greatest game in the world, but compare the price for the US version, it's a good deal. Virtual On, had to get it with a 6. Darius Gaiden was only 950 yen. This has gone up in price too, so super excited to find this book off. Just shoved it in the music section for 950 yen. It's a shooter on the Saturn, can't say no. And then the Gradius Deluxe pack. This is Gradius 1 and 2, arcade perfect on the Saturn. Anytime you can find a shooter on the Saturn for a good price, you get it. So that's what I got in Japan for a video game related. If you guys like the video, just comment and tell me. So tips on buying games in Japan. Don't necessarily shop at the big stores in Akihabara first. Go to book offs, go to hard offs, go to the suburbs and look around. Go on Google Maps. Google Maps is your friend. Search for stores, go on Google Maps, look for them, star them, so you can go there later. And they'll always give you a route to how to get there through Google Maps. So if you are worried about getting lost or getting stuck when you're in Japan and not being able to read signs, Google Maps is there for you, okay? Even if you lose Wi-Fi signal or don't have a signal, GPS will show you where you are. Just follow your route, you'll get there. Recommend book offs and hard offs. Most of the stuff was bought there. MSX is exceedingly hard to find at places like that, though. I had to go to Beep, which I recommend Beep store in Akihabara, and Friends. Friends and Beep are the best stores there. They're fair prices, and they have an amazing selection of stuff. Probably better selection of stuff for really unique items than Super Potato. Super Potato is great for really generic, obvious things that you want, but you're going to pay through the roof, and the convenience of just having it there. So yeah, that's all I got, I think. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll do the best I can to reply. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.